Alright guys, I'm gonna show you this script I made, which is basically automates the process of data entry basically. For example, if you have a spreadsheet that you have to populate the information and the information comes from a bunch of PDF files, um, the script will do it automatically. So for example, I have this spreadsheet here, and there's a corresponding PDF file that has this name and account number, and also I need to fill in the values from it and put it to here. So for example, this one, I need to go here. For example, this is where I have my scripts, and this is where all the PDFs are. So for example, this one, I need to open up this one, and let me see here. Oops. So let me see. Okay. Just need to block out some information here. Okay. So basically, this is an example of one of the PDFs. So as you can see here, this is the account number. So this would be the account number here, right? And this is a CBT. So this is the value that we need to extract from the PDF file and place it right here. And as you can see, there are a lot of PDF files and a lot of these rows that need to be populated. So this is, you can imagine it would be a lot of work to do by hand. And in this case, there are multiple banks, and there are two different spreadsheets, but this program will populate each of the spreadsheets. So yeah, I'll go ahead and show that here. So I'm going to close out these PDF files, and then I'm going to go ahead and, here's my script here. I'm just going to go ahead and run it first. So here we go. Let's see. This should take a few seconds here. Yeah, this is the whole script right here. Alright, it finished in about, here it said 20 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and open up these Excel spreadsheets again. So I'm going to open up both of them here. Oops. So as you can see here, all of these were populated. So for example, this is the one we were looking at before, and here was the value, like oops, the value was 20 something thousand, 28,000, that much, and it's right here. So populates this one and basically all of these, and I can just show an example of another one just to make sure. So that was a CBT. I'll do another one here to show. Let's see. So let's take a look at, for example, this one, Altura, right here, that has this number. So I have to go to here. Oops. Right here, and then let me just go ahead and open this up. And take a look at this one. Okay. Oops. So this is basically just a screenshot of that PDF. So here's that number here, which is the same number right here, and as well as this is the amount that needs to be extracted, which is right here, as you can see. Alright, so I can just, that's how the code works, which is pretty useful to populate all those information, all those values very quickly. I'm going to go ahead and I also put a macro here just to clear these things, this Excel spreadsheet, so I can run it again. So let me just go ahead and close that out real quick and close this one, and I'll just do a quick rundown on the code, and then I'll just show a small example. Okay, save. Okay. So, as you can see here with most of the code here, this part of the code is not that necessary, but yeah, let me just do an example. This smaller example, because most of this code is just a repeat for all the different different type of bank statements, but essentially this is the most simple form of the code. So basically the idea is you want to basically you want something to interact with the Excel file, so I use OpenPyXL right here. It just basically opens up the workbook so we can interact with it. And in this case, I'm just doing this one Excel sheet, this September one, for example. And what we want to do is so when I open this up, there are these account numbers, so I want to make a list to have a list of those account numbers, so we can know which account numbers we need. So right here, what I'm saying is just in this list right here, I hid some of the columns, but this is basically column 6 right here, and then to the max row of the worksheet, I'm just appending all of these account numbers. So for example, and yeah, and I'm just removing any none types, because there are some rows without any of these. So I can just to demonstrate it, I can just show you real quick what I mean. So I'm gonna go ahead and just print out that first list here, and also print out the second list, so it's very easy to see what's going on. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see here, the first list here is let me just zoom a little bit. This first list is a bunch of it's just all these rows, but there was some hidden rows in here, so there's a bunch of nuns in there, but I'm essentially just taking a list of all these account numbers in here. Right. Right. And column 3. Yeah, right. Column 3. Starting from row 6. Right. As you can see, these are all the These are all the account numbers. Right, okay. So after that, since we have a list of these account numbers, we know what to reference, right? So the next thing we need to do is we need some way to interact with the PDF files, right? So for example, let me just look at this one again. We need some way to sort of extract information from the PDF file. So this right here is just getting the current directory. So wherever this the .py file is for this program is sitting, it'll go ahead and make this as the current directory, and then yeah, and then it'll find any folder that has this particular name for CBT, which is where I placed all the PDF files, right? So it'll look in there, and then this I create a list in which I use this I guess this operator here a bit, or this function that it basically just goes through this entire folder directory, and then it basically just highlights or just only chooses any file that has this particular extension, which is the one that we're using as PDF. So we're looking for PDF, so it only looks for PDFs. That's how we sort of loop through all of these files in this in the folder. So for example, right here, if we go ahead and print what this PDF is, this PDF object that I in this PDF list, so we can see what it is exactly right here. Yeah, as we can see, these are just all names of the PDF files, right? Okay. And then after that we use we need a way to sort of create a PDF object that has sort of the text of the PDF files, and of course the PDF files needs to be OCR, so it can't just be a scan file, so it has to be text recognizable. Right, so using the syntax here, phys.open PDF as a PDF object, so it's basically just it's basically just creating a string of all the text in the PDF file. So as you can see here, you can run that. Well, it's creating a document, but anyways, the next part, let's see. So here, we're just for each PDF file, it has a certain page amount, so we just want to know how many pages are in the PDF. So I guess we can just look at that as well. Let's see what this should show you what the page page count inside the library imported is it's import fizz, or PyMu PDF, I believe, or something like that. So it has this ability to count the pages, and then right. So, for example, this should tell you the pages of each the page count for each PDF file. So right. So this is the page count for each PDF file, which is good to know for later. Okay. And then let's see what's next. So basically, what we want to do is we want to loop through all of the pages of the PDF. And what we're doing here is for each page. So for example, this PDF object is this bracket here tells you which page you want in the PDF object, right? And then this dot get text operation here basically just extracts all the words in each page. And I created another list here that's basically all the pages. So I go ahead and add the pages right after each other to create the entire all of the strings in the entire PDF document in one continuous list, basically. So we can go ahead and see what, for example, this page text does exactly. So page text, oops. Let's see what that does here. Page text. Okay. All right. All right. So this is right. So it does give a lot of more information than you would need, but basically it's just let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the fifth, basically the fifth element of the get text sort of like function call. It gives you the first instance of a character or a string in that PDF. Right. So let's see. Oops. I did not mean to do that. Let's go ahead and see this one. No. Okay. Again, this is the same thing, but it's just all the page texts are appended to each other. All right. So now we have the information. We have sort of the text, but it's not like, well, it's in a format that we can use, right? Because we know, because essentially all we need to know from, for example, this thing, if we want to know where this is, we just need to know a special, like a unique character that occurs before it. That's always in the same place, so we know how many characters or strings is it's going to be after this value right here. So for example here, we are making another for loop that goes through the count list that we have here again, the list of numbers, right? The list of count numbers, so we know which rows we need, right? So it's going through that, it's looping through that, and then in another for loop that goes through the it's basically going through this entire, basically all the text of the PDF file, as you can see here. Right. And here, like I said before, let me see. If I show you this, it'll be easier to understand. So here I'm saying I equals, if I is just an account number, an element in the account number list, right, equals J of 4, and I know I should have used probably more like illuminating variable names, but this is fine for now. So remember that when you do an enumerate and you have two indices, the first indice is just it's just the actual index, like the dummy variable basically, whereas the second indice thing, variable, I forgot what you call it, but the J represents the element in the list that you're enumerating, right? So J is basically each one of these lines, right? And if you remember, it was 5 elements. One, oh yeah. For some reason I can't scroll over. Oops. That's kind of messed up, but anyways, there's 5 lines. Okay, let me just do this again so it's easier to see. Okay, oops, let me pause that. So as you can see here, there is the 5th element is the one that we need, right? So for right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th element, which has the string or character in the PDF that we want. So therefore, I'm saying if there are any, if there's an account number here that matches a string inside the PDF, because we know that there's a string here that has the account number, the full account number, right? So that's what we're trying to match, where that in this PDF that has this account number, right? So right here I can just go ahead and do that. But let me do it. Just let me remove oops, some of these ones so it's more clear. So I'm only running through this one. So let me just move this out of the way real quick. Okay. So if I run this one again, it'll be a little bit easier to see what I mean. Right, so right, so this is remember this is the number that we need to write, this account number. So let's just see where this is in here. Oops. Okay, it's over here. Now it's a little bit hard to tell, but yeah, it's right there. Anyways, um, so yeah, so let's just see what this let's just see what this is here. So let's just do this and this as well. Print this value. Yeah, again, so it's go. So again, what it's doing is it's going ahead and looping through all the account numbers, comparing it to each string, each string in the PDF file, which was extracted in the PDF object. All right, so and then so since we know where this is, so we know it's this PDF with this number. So we know this PDF somewhere in here has to go into this row right here, since we already know this and this, right? Right. So the next thing we need is this value, right? So how do we get that? So just from looking at this PDF file, the unique thing I noticed about it is that the first character in this PDF file has a $sign, right? Because all these files are the same, and the first unique character that starts has a $sign. So what I can do here is I just put another condition, right? Remember, this condition is finding this particular PDF file, right? Matching it with the row in the Excel sheet. And this next condition is basically saying if this $sign is in this particular string. So I'll just go ahead and show what this particular string is. Let's see. So yeah, again, let me just clean that out. So what this is basically saying, okay, right? So let me just do this real quick. Right, index is just the index of the right, so this is what it's basically doing is it's just looking at the all page text, right? That has all the information, right? And then what it's doing is I'm only looking at well, since this thing is basically just one big list, right? Let me see something real quick. Let's see what this is. Alright, so this is so basically, since this enumeration of the list, it creates like this sort of like a true index of the list. Each time it's going through the for loop, like it starts with 0 and then 1 or whatever, this thing, and then it's basically just the first index is basically the first line of the text. So this is the 0 right here of all page text is the first element, basically the first element of the PDF file and the first string. So this is the first one, right? I think I cut it off here and you can't see it, but it's the first string. So if I do this one, right, this is the, well, it'd be right here. But yeah. Jesus, I don't even know. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, and then as you can remember, the for, if you put another bracket in a list, it's basically just it goes another layer deeper, so it chooses which element of the list or whatever is inside the list, the next the lower element of it. So the 4 is just showing the string here, because it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? All right. Anyways, so therefore, if we know, we know if the account number matches this thing, right? We know it's this PDF, and since having this is a unique condition, this $sign, just specifically for this PDF, because this is where the first instance of a $sign appears, right? We can find where this is, right? So therefore, when this condition is true, okay, let me go ahead and just print this. That was not very smart. Me right there. Yeah, so right here I'm just going ahead and appending to the list, appending to a list of which account numbers of the account number. So in the future I can go ahead and make a tuple of the two information that we need. Okay, so if I do this, right, So it gives the numbers here, right? Because yeah, because we all right, let me check something real quick. Why is there multiple numbers again here? Um, right. Um, right, because in this PDF there are multiple balances for each of these account types. So if we do this, we know, for example, this is the account number, right? This one. So therefore, this value, this number, cash value goes here. And then, for example, where is that again? Sorry. This here, this account number, and this is the associated balance value, basically. As you can see here, here, and here. So this should go here and here. And here, I am just appending these two values into the list while it's in the for loop, and then after that, I am just appending that into a tuple. So you just get a tuple at the end. So let me see. So you can just do this outside of the loop here. Okay. Alright, so I'm just creating all the necessary information into a list so I can go ahead and write that back into the Excel file, right? So the last part here is just we have the tuple, we have all the information we need, so all we need to do is just write it back. So here I created this locate function, which is not necessary, but it's just it creates a little less hard coding. So basically what this function does is you just need to input a value, and then it returns where the cell is, returns the column and the coordinate of the if you input a string, and it will return this information about that string inside the Excel file, the worksheet. And also I can input which worksheet I want if I have multiple worksheets, for example. So here the columns I want to insert is CBT. So here it just happens to be called California, so it knows that it's always going to be column Q, but since this thing probably won't change, this level of I don't know, dynamic programming is not necessary, but it doesn't make too much of a difference in this case. But it's good to have that just in case this value changes, then the code will still function appropriately. Right, so, and then the last part is just writing it, which is pretty simple. I'm just going through this entire tuple, the list of the information we need, right? And then we just we just basically just write it there, so we know what row this is, right? Because this is the row with the account number, which is I, which is the first element in this is the first element well, it's the first, uh, sorry, the first element here, right? So it's inside the list in each tuple. It's the first element in the tuple, right? So it's bracket 0 I, because I is the element, is each element in the list, right? And then right, so it finds where that is and it returns the row, because remember the locate function returns it it returns the row number, the column number, and the coordinate, which includes any letter, right? Jesus Christ. Right, so I do just the first element of the locate function, which just only returns the row number. So that's why this looks like this. And then C is just the column number. So right here, as you can see, it's the second element, because we want the row here, right? I mean the column here. So this is basically just returning the column number. And the reason I put this function outside the for loop, because if you because it's not like this value changes. So if you're constantly invoking the function inside of for loop, it slows down the program significantly. And then so you basically want that value, right? So it's basically looking at, oh, this count number and this row, and you want to change it to here, right? The second element of tuple, which is the value from the PDF file that we extracted before. And right here, I'm just replacing the comma with no space, just deleting the comma basically, because Excel can I just need floats in Excel, right? I don't need strings. Right, and that's basically it. After that, it's just save and done. So I can go ahead and just show you again real quick. Let me see here. Go ahead and run him again. Oops. As you can see, this is this one. Yeah, so you can see how it's it gets populated here. So the same thing here. This value goes here. This one goes here. This one goes here. This one goes here, and that's basically it. And then so this process is basically just for this one PDF files, and there's other PDF files. So for example, if I go back here, I did CBT for this first one, and then there's this one called LPO, which the way you find the value is slightly different. So in this case, I'm basically finding it when this thing equals, when there's a number, and also if there's a invested string that's kind of unique. So I find out exactly where it is, the value, the ending balance, and then I can just do the same thing, capture it, and capture the count number, append both of those into a list, and then group them into a tuple. And it's just basically the same process again, doing it with the other one, because the PDF file is different, obviously. Also this last one too, it's just a slightly different PDF file, so you just have to find out where it is, a unique place that's always the same, and then so you can find out where it is, generally, if the PDF doesn't change. Right. The only difference is so just for my code, for some reason my computer is the username is different, so I had to hard coded, but you can use this os.get login to find the user of your computer to wherever this Excel file is located, right? And as well, um, the only thing different is whenever you're doing this change directory, ch directory, right? Get directory. What happens is it goes into the PDF, right? It goes into the file. It goes into the folder, right? And then you need to go back a level, right? To go back here. So go back to where the root of your .py file is. So you can do the same thing again and find another folder that has the PDF file. So you just need to bring it back by using this, basically os.ch director, and you just basically bring it back up a level. So you need to do that after the first one, because the first one, it's already there, so you don't need to go back again. And that's basically it. I mean, once you obtain, so this first part of the code, it obtains those tuples that has all the information that you need, right, of the account numbers and the balance. And here I'm just going ahead and just writing it into each of the Excel files. So here I'm just doing the same process. This one was a little bit different, for example, because the account numbers were slightly different. Some of the account numbers were, it only used like the last 4 digits or something like that, so I had to do something a little bit different, but aside from that, everything else was basically the same and pretty simple. So yep, that was basically it. So essentially you can use this sort of format if you have an Excel file that needs to be populated and there's something unique about it, there's something that we can just distinguish each like row, for example, like a unique account number, so you know where to put each value if you have that, and then you also have that in the PDF files or Word files, or I guess you can do whatever files you want. If you have that, then you can cycle through all those PDF files or whatever, find out the string, extract the string content from it, and then from the string content you can match it and compare it with the account number, the unique number in the Excel file. If they match, then you store it in a list, right? And then you just go ahead and just write it into the Excel file. That is basically it. All right, thanks guys for listening. All right, bye.